Okay, so for this video, we're going to talk about graphing lines. Well, we're going to talk about reflections, but we got to review graphing lines. So when we're graphing lines, there's some basic lines that we need to talk about. When you have y equals some number, so there's no x, that's just a flat horizontal line, right? So that's just a horizontal line going through 3. So y equals number is a horizontal line, right? So y equals 0, that's just the x-axis right there, okay? So horizontal line just right there. If it's x equals some numbers, there's no y, that's the vertical line. So this is the vertical line. So again, it's like saying x is always equal to -3. If x is always equal to -3, look at all of these points that have an x value of -3. If you connect them all together, it just forms a vertical line right there at -3 on the x-axis. Okay? So, and then again, y equals is a horizontal line. Okay? Y equals 1, that's a horizontal line right there at 1. X equals 4 is a vertical line right there at 4 on the x-axis. Okay? This is all stuff from our review unit that we did, right? I don't know if it has a y equals x. Does it have a y equals x? No, we took that off. Okay, so that's all you're doing. You just need to know those horizontal vertical lines. So let's look at an example. We're going to talk about reflections. So first things first, I'm going to graph these points right here. So 2, -1. 2, -1, there's t. 0, 3, there's u. 0, 4, there's v. And then 3, 0 is w. This is a weird looking shape here. Kind of a boxy shape. Okay, anyway, so we're going to reflect this across the x-axis. So this is the x-axis, right? So if you think about looking at a mirror, when you hear the word reflection, you think of mirrors, right? So if you think about looking in a mirror, if you're in a mirror and you're standing, like 2 steps away, right? Your reflection looks like it is also standing 2 steps away. If you take a step towards the mirror, what does your reflection do? Well, it takes a step towards the mirror too, right? Your reflection looks like it's the same distance from the mirror as you are, just on the other side of it, right? So that's essentially what we're trying to do here. If this line is the mirror, then the reflected points would be that far past it. So, for example, t. T is right here, right? If this is the mirror, t is looking at this mirror, it is 1 unit away from the mirror. So its reflection would look like it is 1 unit behind the mirror, right? So to plot a reflection is you count towards the line of reflection, and then however many spots away, you count that far past the line of reflection, and that's where your new reflected point is going to be. So t prime would go right there. So u was right here, right? It is 1, 2, 3 spots away from the line of reflection. So its reflected point would be 1, 2, 3 spots past it. So there's u prime. And then v is 4 spots away, so its reflected point would be 4 spots past it. There's v prime. And then w is on the line of reflection, so it's 0 spots away, so it just stays right there. So that's w and w prime. It doesn't actually move because it's on the line of reflection. So my new shape that's been reflected is right there. Okay? You notice it looks pretty much the same. It's just going this direction now. The action that happens when you reflect something is it flips the image. It flips over the line, basically. If you were to take this book and flip it upside down, that's what shape it would look like underneath. It would look like it's going that direction. Okay? Let's try another one. So reflection across the x-axis here. So v is -4, -3. So there's v. W is -1, -2. So there's W. And then X, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So, continuing, we were plotting X, so -4 and -5. So -4, -5, there's X, so here's my original triangle. Okay, so I'm going to reflect that across the x-axis. So this is the x-axis, right? So this is my mirror line. So again, I just count to the line of reflection. So W is 1, 2 spots away. So its reflection would appear like it's 2 spots away from it as well, just behind the mirror, right? So there's W prime. Okay. V is 1, 2, 3 spots away, so its reflection would be 1, 2, 3 spots away. There's V prime. And then X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots away, so its reflection would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots away. And there's X prime. So there's my shape right there. That's my reflected shape. Okay? So again, it's just counting to the line and then you count that far past it to reflect it. Let's try another one. So this one wants me to reflect across the line y = 1. So y = 1, this is why we reviewed, right? Y = 1 is a horizontal line right there at 1 on the y-axis. So that's y = 1. So that's my line of reflection. So again, I just count to it, and then I count that far past it. So F is 1 spot to the line, and then I count 1 spot past it. There's F prime. E is 1, 2 spots to it, so 2 spots past it is E prime. And then D is 1, 2, 3, 4 spots, so 1, 2, 3, 4 spots past it is D prime. And then G is 1, 2, 3, 4 spots, so 4 spots past it is G prime. And there's my new shape. Now, one thing I haven't been doing is actually writing the answers down. So let's start here. So we do need to write down the ordered pairs of our prime points, so where they have been transformed. So F prime is, again, I'm going to go back to the x-axis, it is over 2 and up 2, so that's -2, 2. So -2, 2 would be my new F. E is left 5 up 3, so that's -5, 3. D is left 3 up 5, so that would be -3, 5. And then G is 1, 5. And that's my answers. Okay? Like up here on these, on this original one I did, W didn't move, right? So W stayed the same, so 3, 0. But T went up and it became 2, 1 instead of 2, -1. So 2, 1. And then U became 0, -3. And then V became 0, -4. Okay? And then over here, W became -1, +2. And V became -4, +3. And X became -4, +5. Okay? All right. Let's try one more. Let's look at number 6. So number 6, we're reflecting across X = -1. So X = -1. -1 is this number, or this line right here, vertical line, right? Right off the bat, we can see M is on the line of reflection. So it's already on the line of reflection. It's not going to move past it, right? It's like on the mirror, so it doesn't move when you step back from it, right? So M is just going to stay the same. So M prime, I'm going to just put a prime next to the M so I know, is -1, -1. Okay? But L is 1 spot, 1 unit away from the line of reflection, so we would count 1 unit past it. There's L prime. It doesn't really matter that it's vertical now, right? You just count horizontally instead of vertically. K is 1, 2, 3 spots to it, so 1, 2, 3 spots past it would be K prime. And then J is 1 spot to it, so 1 spot past it would be J prime. So my new shape is going to look like that. Okay, got a little butterfly. So L is right here on the y-axis, right? So it'd be 0, 2. So L prime is 0, 2. K prime is 2, 1. And J prime is 0, negative 4. 0, negative 4. And that is reflections. Okay? Anything different? It's all kind of the same. Okay, no, I think you're fine. Okay, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Here to help. And I'll see you guys out there.